So where do you? So what
So
do you
I'm
do?
in a different account, and I'm gonna wait for it to pop up.
Oh, so you're like a different account watching your own shit.
Yeah, I have a personal, and then I have the this
Oh,
one.
wow, because I could do it on mine then too.
I was just gonna use it to read the comments because it's a big
Exactly.
screen. See, there it is, popped up.
Yeah. So mine did too. So I could click on it and see.
Now I just gotta turn the volume down. I only do this for the messages.
Now, do they pop up there too?
They do, but they seem to go away.
They do on landscape. On portrait, they don't.
Hmm.
So let's see.
Hey, there's John with an N.
John with an N. Let me see if I can find it.
Eric, Adam, Landia. The internet's
It's
not
there
great.
again. It's on mine.
Perfect.
Uh, Buff's internet sucks.
It does.
Hey Grant, how you doing?
Hey,
There's
Ryan.
Ryan, yeah. Ryan's a member of my channel too.
And there's Jay. He's one of my moderators.
All right, cool. I need to set this up somewhere where I can read it.
I need to get you your own phone holder.
Yeah, geez. What
see if I
kind of
can-
host are you?
Not a great one.
How's everybody doing? He's gonna get me something to prop my phone so I can read the comments too. So I'm looking down, but I'm looking down at my phone. So feel free to type something. Hey Jay, how you doing? Sean's internet sucks too. He says. Hey Rod Storations. Just grab me that sawhorse or something. I'll wedge it in that.
All right.
I just need to wedge it in something so I can.
I must have taken my other.
I'll put it in the top groove there, then I can set it there and read it. All right. There, you're propped up, guys. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I can read comments now. See, I can see that. Uh-oh, John's here. Mad scientist John's
Yep.
here. All right.
What are we doing? Well,
What are we doing? Well,
this is all you.
right now we're, you know, screwing off takes time, okay? And we're doing a lot of screwing off right now. I just got down here. I actually had to come down on business, unrelated to YouTube, for my automotive shop. And I've got some meetings in Tulsa tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I flew in today, and I just told Buff, I said, hey, I'm flying in. I got some time. You want to get dinner? And he said, yeah. So I got here a little bit ago, been getting the tour. We've been BSing and said, hey, you want to go live and see what's going on? He said, sure. So here we are.
Where's cold snacks? That's
Where's the
coming.
That's yeah. I'm not a big drinker, honestly, guys. I'm not a huge drinker. I tell you, when
Same.
it comes to beer, I had half a beer in high school. I thought it tasted like shit, and I've never had one since.
I pretty much found that I'm not very productive whenever I have a few drinks. What I will say is 30 years as a paramedic is one of the reasons why I don't really drink. I mean, you just can't.
Well,
But
yeah.
I can have a beer. I mean, that's not an issue.
Well, you put a margarita in front of me, then,
Yeah.
then we got a problem.
Well, when we go to
I
dinner,
like
we've got
margaritas.
a few of those.
Yeah, but I got to drive back to Tulsa yet.
Oh, that's true.
I'm an hour, so Buff's about an hour outside of Tulsa, so I still got to drive an hour back in to the hotel. So,
Hey, Daryl.
yep, there's Daryl. How you doing, Sarah?
So what am I working on? I'm still waiting on parts from Germany on this thing. And then I've got the Volare way over there, and I was about to pull the fuel tank, but I didn't want to get covered in gas to then go out to dinner. So I'm still filthy dirty, but I'm not covered in gas.
There's Gunther Von B in the house. Two of my favorite YouTubers. Well, thanks, bud. Oh, man. Sarah says, hey.
Sean's mom was an EMT for 45 years. Yeah, well, I made it to 30, and I said, I don't want to do this anymore.
So, honestly, this is why I did a live
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. So this is why I won't have a Lincoln video out this week, because I'm here for work. So I'm not working on the Lincoln, obviously. But I did shoot a product review video.
Oh, cool.
And I was editing it in the Denver airport today in the Centurion Lounge. Had a 2-hour layover, so I was editing the video. It's about done. So you guys my people will see that this week, but that's filler. Sorry.
Yep.
But
I'm going to do the Volare.
Yep.
Hopefully I'll have it up and running before the weekend, and then you guys will have that video to watch.
Okay.
What's the weather down here? Well, until Jim
Baze.
showed up, it was, let's see, the last couple days have been 50s, even as high as 60.
Yeah, and then I brought the Iowa weather with me,
And
apparently.
now it's like 8.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like it's
it feels like, yeah, it's, I don't know, it said it was like 20-something in the rental car.
8. Yeah.
They upgraded my rental car. I got there, they gave me a freaking Mercedes.
So,
Silly people.
German car, German car.
Oh, yeah. It took me 3 minutes to figure out how to put it in gear.
Well, my mother decided to upgrade her car, and she got something fancy. It doesn't even have an actual gear shift. It's like a Atari toggle thing. Like
Oh, yeah.
Joystick.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, "What do you think?" I said, "I don't. It's too fancy for me. I'm going back to."
This damn thing, you know what it is? I'm sitting there looking all over. It's a little stalk on the side of the column, like a turn signal switch on the right side. That's how you put it in gear.
Well, at least
And it's a little stubby thing, and the little letters on it. It's like, and the thing is, the steering wheel has the wings that come down. And it was hidden behind that, so you couldn't see it. I'm looking all over, like, all right, I'm a 30-some-year automotive technician, and I can't put this damn thing in here. I'm like, okay, I'm feeling a little intimidated here. So I turned the steering wheel to look for something. Like, oh, there it is.
Well, that's like the turn knobs. Like, I never understood that. Like,
Yeah.
what? But you mean you go back the cars that had the push button transmission? That's cool.
Typewriter drive.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, typewriter.
Until you have to work on it, but it's still cool.
Yeah, it's just vacuum and electrical. So let's see. Craig H. Didn't know Jim had a channel. Just subscribe. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
How did he not know you have a channel?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm not as big as you.
No,
How many
no.
subscribers
There are
you got?
people that literally just subscribed to me in the last month that said, "I didn't even know you're on the internet, and here you've got several years
Well,
worth of
what's
stuff."
that say? How many you got?
63,000. Yeah.
He's got 63,000 subscribers. I've got 8.
Well, 8,000.
Yeah,
not
well, I'm
eight.
saying 8,000. I'm at 8,000. You got 63,000. I've got 8,000.
Thanks, Jay, for putting Lugnut Guys up. I see Jeff's in the chat too. Got to take care of Lugnut Guys. I just put his new. Oh, let's move the camera a little bit. I just put the sign over there.
I got one on my door. Jeff and them guys, I'll tell you, Jeff and the crew at lugnutguys.com, straight up solid folks.
Hey Jeff, I need some lug bolts for this. Just some spare ones because they're $16 for one, or I can get 10, which if you do the math doesn't do all the wheels, for like 60 some bucks. So just 4, if you can find me 4, Jeff.
Daryl said, or not Daryl, sorry, Gunther, he told me like 99% of the parts in his garage are Mopar, so if you need, he's telling you if you need anything for the Volare, he's hooking me up with
Do you see those windows? I need those windows. I don't want the Operas. I need
the quarter windows.
Yet nobody can get me quarter windows. They don't really exist. You have to pull them.
Gunther can get them, I bet.
If not, I'm going to make them out of plexi.
There you go.
You want me to?
He's hooking me up with an air cleaner for Duke.
I can do a spoiler alert.
Okay, he's gonna go do a spoiler alert. Let's see here. 20 degrees in Connecticut, and it's coming down good. They got snow out there.
If you like to be surprised by the video, don't watch this part. Look at them. Can't find these.
Where'd you find them at?
We went on a Mopar hunt when I knew I was getting the car.
There you go.
I just need the glass to go behind it. I thought the Opera window would have the glass the whole way.
Yeah.
And it was just like this. It was just a cover.
Mhm.
It's not.
Nope.
The Opera window's this little bit.
Yep.
But
Plexiglass.
those look cool.
Yeah. You gonna paint them hot pink?
No. I'm definitely going to try to... I don't like faux patina.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. But I can't paint these and make them brand new looking and stick them on the car because I'm not painting the car. It's just not happening. Somebody else can do it. I want it to look like it's got abandoned there 20 years ago because it did. But then it's got cool stuff like this on it. So...
Phil stat $50. Phil just sent you $50, big
Whoa,
dog.
Phil.
Phil's buying dinner tonight.
All right, I'm going to move the camera again.
Well, okay, I'm gonna answer a couple questions here.
Thanks, Phil, for the Mopar flag. I didn't even wash it after we laid on it.
Okay, so how am I enjoying YouTube? Cruising with Kevin wants to know how I'm enjoying YouTube. I enjoy it a lot. Here's the thing. I've been doing this stuff for years. I just never filmed it before. Dalton's the one that talked me into it. He says, you're out there doing it anyway. You might as well film it. So that's
It's just you got to get over that curve.
of learning, the learning curve. I'm getting better at the editing.
Yep.
I'm getting better at that. I've got to learn filming. I gotta start figuring out how to get some lapel mics or some mics. I can adjust the volume when I'm editing, but that takes a lot of time.
That has made a huge difference.
The problem is I don't know when it stops. Like I see so many guys, they say my microphone went dead and I didn't know it. That's what I'm afraid would happen.
Well, that has happened more than once for me. But these little guys.
Ron Storations likes your vents.
Yeah, me too.
He says those are cool.
Yeah, those little roads are perfect, and
Okay.
we can. We figured out we can plug those into a GoPro or phone or just a regular camera, and we were going to use them on our trip, but we got lazy and didn't.
I wonder if these will snap onto my Sony.
Yeah, so that actually hooks into a shoe,
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll have to check into that.
but the Sony mic is really good too.
Yeah, it actually works pretty good.
Yep.
If any of you have seen my videos, it's just the mic on the camera. It's been doing decent. Sean wants you to paint it plum crazy purple.
I'm not painting it.
Oh, you're not?
No, like this will be painted to match the car, but the car is not getting painted by me. If Dalton still calls dibs on it, he can paint it.
Daryl says he's been looking for one of them. So if Dalton doesn't want it, maybe Daryl does.
Oh yeah, you're in the line, Daryl, with about 5 other people. One guy said he would give me my full price of whatever I'm asking just for the front grill, because you can't find them. And if he had known that we were going to punch out the grill to get the hood open,
Yeah.
he probably would have come unglued.
We won't tell them.
No, you didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that. Pamela's in the house.
Pamela Anderson.
That's right. How
I
you
feel
doing,
like
honey?
I'm high society now.
Well, it is. Yeah, she is high society. So how many cars do you have stockpiled for future videos? Are you asking Buff or are you asking me? Specify on that, Cruising. If you guys ask a question, please specify who you're asking. Yes, Mrs. Inevitable in the chat. That's right, Base.
That was a good day.
Dalton will go blue guaranteed. Hopefully Jim didn't bring any more cold with him to Oklahoma.
Oh, no, he did.
Hey, no, it was United Airlines must have put it in the cargo hold. That's what happened.
They shipped it yesterday to acclimate the state because it started yesterday.
Oh, so you brought it in, you imported it just for me so I'd feel at home.
We adjusted the thermostat so
Yes.
you feel more comfortable.
Okay. Cruz wants to know how many cars I have lined up for videos. So right now, the future video plans are to finish the Lincoln, the 78 Lincoln Continental. Then I'm going to go back to Duke, the 63 Dodge D100 that I revived at Dalton's on Pole Barn Garage. If you haven't seen that video, go back. It's hilarious. Then Dalton and I drove back to Iowa. Sat in a Kansas pasture for 40 years. Anyway, Pam named the truck Duke, fittingly. And since I've had Duke home, I have done several improvements and repairs and modifications. So we're going to kind of catch you up on Duke. Plus, we got some other things we're going to do. We're going to swap in a rear end. We're going to do some interior stuff and some brake
fancy.
stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Or we're just going to make it more usable.
Yeah.
I've actually been driving Duke around a bit until the winter got here. But yeah, so then Duke will be next. And then after that, it's either going to be a revival on a 78 LTD wagon, or we're going to start doing the engine for the 54 International truck. Not sure which one there.
I like internationals.
Yep. And then there's a couple more after that, but yeah, that's kind of what's in line, Kevin.
To everyone saying hi.
Hey, and Pamela, Sarah says hi. I say we all do another enduro together.
Well, but if you end up with a nice car, like you did,
Yeah,
I mean, there's no point. You're just gonna hit cruise and go.
that's right. But I finished.
Somebody asked me if I was gonna dirt track race the Volare, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna break all the windows out of it.
How's it going today? Lewis wants to know how it's going. Louis Miguel,
It's cold.
Maximus Garage.
I've definitely
hey.
been busy all day because I've been bouncing between the vehicles, but trying to get most of the work done on the Volare. I'm waiting on parts on this one, so it's one of those where I start working on this, but then I realize if I haven't even made it run, why am I making all the effort? So then I go back and I work on the other one.
Well,
And then I hit a roadblock and I come back.
I want to jump back real quick.
Yeah.
And first of all, thank Buff for having me. Not all your subscribers know who I am.
That's ridiculous.
I know. Do you want to introduce me, or what do we want to do?
Hey everybody, this is the Inevitable Jim.
Hey, how are you?
I usually am really good at doing that. I had a podcast for like a year, so you would think I'm really good at it, but I just remember the day that I was live streaming from the enduro race, and that's where you got your name.
It is that the story on my live. I think yesterday that somebody asked me, or maybe it was last week's. Somebody asked me, "How did I get the name Inevitable Jim?" And it's it was from that enduro race.
Yep.
Kevin from Junkyard Digs
Said,
was filming on the infield, and he said, as other people that went with, I was the only one that actually finished.
Yep.
But he said, "Oh, and here comes Jim," and because I wasn't the fastest guy, I was the slowest guy on the track, but I just stayed out there.
And he was saying you had the AC and the cruise going.
Yeah, I said, "There's two things inevitable: Jim finishing this race and taxes, or something like that." And then later on, he says, "And here comes the inevitable Jim," and it's just putzing around, and the name stuck. So there you go. That's the story. You can thank Kevin at Junkyard Digs.
Hey, cowboy, thanks.
Jim is from Pole Barn Garage. Well, I've been on some of Dalton's videos,
Yeah.
but I'm not from Pole Barn Garage.
Well, that would be like, I guess I had a YouTube before I met Dalton, but I didn't really gain a lot until I hung out with him. So I could see that.
Well,
I had like 2,500 subs and then started hanging out with Dalton.
Everybody thinks Dalton and I are neighbors.
Aren't you?
No, we're 5 hours apart.
People assume that, hey, why don't you just go over to Dalton's and do a collaboration?
Yeah.
Like, I do love that. I know we all do. I absolutely, anytime he calls, I come running.
Well,
But
how far of a
3
drive
hours.
is it? 3 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, you suck. It's 5 hours for me.
Right.
Shit.
Trust me, I did the drive from your place to his place.
I know.
It sucked. It was not fun.
But yeah, I'll be doing some stuff with Dalton more than likely once it warms up a bit. We were gonna do something here in a couple weeks that involved that Suburban he just got, but then the motor took a dump on that, so that plan's out the window. But yeah, we'll all get together and do something funny pretty soon, I'm sure.
You're apparently Pole Barn's brother.
I'm Pole Barn's brother.
Well,
No, I'm
you
not.
post more than his real brother.
Well, I think he kind of abandoned his channel. I don't know anything about Cody.
You don't know?
I know who he is, but I don't know
yeah.
what's up with him.
Cody's busy.
Yeah, no, Mike, I'm not Pole Barnes. No. Dalton and I are not related. No, we are not related.
Let's see.
Buff Jim, my dad has an 81 Camaro a long time ago.
That's cool.
Yeah, jeez. Sarah wanted me to ask you, did you ever think about getting an original Jeep Grand Wagoneer? I don't know. I'd consider it if you know where there's one sitting that needs revived.
I know where
I'm
one's at
down.
right now.
Well, Dalton has one he's doing.
I know where there's another one that's been sitting ever since I moved here.
Really?
I'm gonna just go knock on their door. Come this. They're not here except in summer. I'm
Oh,
gonna knock on their door and say, hey, I'm sure this is somebody's family members from years ago, but if you guys aren't gonna do anything with it, at minimum, maybe they'll let me make it run and drive.
well, let me know.
It's in the same spot it's been sitting since I moved here.
How long goes that?
Just a couple of years, but I know it's been sitting there longer than that because you can see where it's sunk in.
Yeah, Maximus Garage. He's right. I live in Iowa, and not just Iowa. I'm in eastern Iowa,
Yeah, way
and
over
Dalton's
there.
in Kansas City, which is way over by western Iowa, south of western Iowa. So it's It's
And I just
still-
did a little research. The
Is
other
Cody
day.
still alive? Ask Dalton, but last time Dalton said he was dead.
Yeah, R.I.P. Cody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did a little research on the Mississippi River just because I like history, and I did not realize how close you are to that.
Yes. It's well, on the most direct route, it's about 45 minutes.
Yeah,
in
that's
Mississippi.
really close.
Our cabin that we go to in the summertime, it's about an hour and 20-minute drive, angled up, but it's on the Mississippi.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, we go up there a lot in the in the summer on the weekends.
I'm gonna follow it here in about a month. We're gonna head over to Arkansas, Mississippi. What else is down there? Alabama, Florida. We're gonna go that whole route. Hopefully in this thing, but in something.
Okay. Don't yeah, be careful down there in that area. I mean, that's where the men are men and the sheep are nervous. Hey,
We'll just drive through.
Pamela says, "I'll consider anything with wheels." Yes, I will, dear. What's the scoop with the Volkswagen? Don't ask.
What do you want to know? Like what's the deal with it? Well, my significant other saw this for sale because she's always trying to help me put another car in the garage, and she loved this car. And well, I'm just gonna say she loved this car, so here it is. And I was hoping to put it on the channel. It still may happen, but I keep running into roadblocks with parts, trying to get parts from wherever. Sometimes you can find them in the US, but it's a German-made car, so a lot of the times the parts are not available or they're in Germany. So I'm currently waiting on a distributor. I believe it is from Arizona via Germany. So it's coming.
Somebody want to know, am I the one that just posted an LTD video? No, I just posted a Lincoln video.
Big car though.
Big car, still a big car. Big,
yeah.
Nice car. Jim, do you have any LCMs for a late Vic? I don't want to. I wonder if he's saying PCM. If you're saying PCM, no, I'm sorry, I do not. Grecian, I love.
Oh, Jeff lives right on Mississippi. Cool.
Rabbit looks the same as yesterday. Yeah, it looks the same as yesterday because he hasn't worked on it. He's working on the Volare, guys. Come on.
This one?
Yeah, they said that it looks the same as yesterday. Of course.
Hey, look, there's vinyl on it.
Sorta. Yeah.
I was experimenting with that cheap stuff you can get at Walmart that you use to you can cut it out on your Cricut because I don't want to buy real like vinyl and I don't want to paint it. You guys have seen enough painting from me for a while.
Fellowship of Cars, no. Light control module, I do not have one of those either. Fox can fix a garage, the inevitable live stream.
Hey,
it's Buff's live stream. I'm just crashing the party.
Yep. Thanks, Gunther, for giving out all them memberships. That's gonna be awesome. I could be a lucky recipient. Oh, because I'm watching it on the other iPad. Sorry.
Once in a while, I feel YouTubers get burned out, and they need to do a project off camera. I don't know. I've been doing this stuff for 40 years. I just decided to start filming it, I guess.
I would say, do we get burned out? Yes. I think if anything, at least I just spent, almost 2 weeks with Dalton. We were both pretty burned out, and the trip helped with that. But then, of course, now we're exhausted and backlogged. And I'd say, if anything, we just don't want to do anything rather than doing a project off camera.
When you do a 10-day road trip, you're just ready for a break from life. I mean, you're ready for a break. I mean, it's because when you do a road trip, like when we went to Duct Tape Drags, it's nonstop from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. And it's nonstop for 8 days because I was gone for 8 days for Duct Tape Drags, and it was nonstop.
And didn't you fly back?
Yeah, I flew back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it was 8 days.
And then we drove back.
You drove back.
Breakdowns and all that.
Yes,
stuff,
exactly.
So you just don't stop.
You don't stop. I've heard Jim has one of the old police package Volkswagen cabriolets. First of all, no, they don't. They don't exist, and no, you'll never see a Volkswagen at my place.
You will probably never see another one at mine. I'm pretty much done with this one. Done being, I have to finish it, but I don't want to.
Normally watch on TV, but open in my phone to comment. I'm in 2 different spots. Love this content so far. All right.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Buff's putting out some good stuff.
I'm trying.
Fomoco Powers Garage. Hey, how's you doing?
Jay says he does stuff off camera all the time, but Jay does like high level stuff. Like he was taking pistons out with a sledgehammer the other day.
I saw that. He sent me. I tell you, Jax, I loved that. You sent me that. How do you get a stuck piston out? Yeah, you massage it out, Jay.
Yeah,
you were just massaging it, just giving it a little tickle,
encouraging it.
Yes, he was suggesting that it come out.
You're going to come out or else. And then he beat it with a sledgehammer.
It was a minor suggestion, but the piston came out. He won. Do any of you own any 90s GM cars? I do not at the current time.
I do.
He does.
I have one.
You have the Harvester of Sorrow, right?
No. Well, it's an 89.
That's close enough.
I have a 98, Grand Prix GTP.
Well, there you go. Where's it at?
It's clear up in a field somewhere. I
Why?
drove it until the transmission quit at Dalton's, and then I brought it home, and there it sits.
Oh, you
I don't
fix
want
it?
to change the transmission.
Oh, they suck.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, okay.
It would not be, in my opinion, a fun thing to do because all I did was drive it around really stupidly fast. I need to get rid of the car.
Fomoko just spent 2 hours and 8-degree temps cursing out a van.
Yeah, well,
Didn't record 1 second of it. Dude, you got to start recording some of that misery, man.
people
Sure.
stop sending me vans, please. The last van I bought was his fault.
Hey, you asked for it.
And I liked it.
Yeah, it turned out good. Phil said you'll never be done with the Volkswagen.
Thanks, Phil.
You got a point there. Oh my gosh.
Phil's got some cool cars.
Oh man.
Did you end
Yes,
up
he does.
selling your car, Phil? I know you just got another one after you sold the first one that he had forever.
Yeah.
It was we call it the Rumbler. But he had another one. He got rid of one and brought the other one back in the trailer. Because that's how it goes.
Somebody's asking, do I still have the Grand Safari? Yes, I still have the Grand Safari
That's a
wagon.
nice wagon.
Yeah, you know what? It's sitting. It sits just off camera. I've got it in the shop there still, and it's growing on me. I don't know. I might end up keeping it.
That's what happens. That's why you got
Yeah.
to punt them quick.
Well, the thing was, I found the LTD wagon,
Yep.
and I wanted LTD wagon worse, but it's a little rougher.
But didn't I hear you want like the Country Squire?
I want the Country Squire,
Yeah.
but this this would do for now. But since the Safari's a woody wagon,
Yeah.
I'm thinking I might keep the Safari, and when the LTD's done, sell it until I find an LTD Country Squire.
I could see that.
Let's see.
Oh, look at that. So Irish Outlaw Garage I already knew this kind of in the background. The Boogie van did sell.
Yeah, one of his buddies bought it.
One of Jay's buddies. Yep.
Yeah.
That's exciting because at least it's going to a good home and they're going to take care of it.
Yeah, Maximus said you were supposed to buy the Boogie van. Too late, it's already sold.
I don't want any more. I don't want any more vans. I'm just done with vans for a while. I have one left that it's currently taken apart, and you guys haven't seen them lately. So
Eric's Barbecue is going to try to get a semi to start in -10 weather tomorrow. Good luck with that. Lots of ether. And please video it so when it explodes, we get to see it.
I mean, you can put it on TikTok now. It's back.
Well, I don't even know what that was all about. I'm not on
It's
TikTok.
a political game,
I'm sure it is.
which we're not getting into.
The 18 van was fantastic. Glad it went to someone who can appreciate it.
Yep.
Same for the travel all. How far away did the travel all go?
I think it's an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I
not
thought
very
somebody
far.
around here was going to buy it.
Travel all?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He
That's
lived-
him. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He
I
lives
thought
just right down the way, but it's a few hours.
Well, see, it's like me and Dalton. I thought he was your neighbor.
He said, "Hey, I'm really close," and he is, but
Yeah.
it's a few hours. It's like from here to Tulsa is,
Okay.
but it's down south. He already had an international truck, loved the truck, wanted the travel all,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he saw I had one, he actually offered to buy it before I touched the body at all. Once I
Really?
made it run and drive, he wanted it, and then I
So
said,
why
well,
didn't you sell it then?
well, that was the problem. By the time he contacted me, the video of running and driving is already out. I hadn't started the body work on video, but I had started the body work already. Just nobody knew that yet.
You hadn't taped it yet.
Correct. Well,
Oh,
I did.
you hadn't released on the video yet.
Nobody
Oh,
knew
okay.
it was coming. So I told him, hey, this is what I'm doing. It's going to be horrible. You're going to want to cut it all out. And he goes, no, I'll drive it like it is. Just go ahead and fill it full of foam and whatever. He goes, I don't care.
Oh, wow.
And so,
The right guy got it.
yeah, he'd already bought it technically by then.
The Boogie Van's going to be a daily for Jay's friend's wife.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that thing
I've ridden
deserves
in
it.
it. It's a nice little van.
Pam says, I say we sell the wagon. Which one, the Ford or the Pontiac? I'm keeping one of them, honey. That's just the way it is.
If Becca was on here, she'd probably say, sell that one, sell this one, sell that one. But only because then she wants to buy something else.
What's your dream vehicle to do this year? If you're asking me, Fellowship in Cars, I want a 74, 5, 6, 7, or 8 Ford Country Squire station wagon or Mercury Colony Park with the wood grain in dark blue, emerald green, or maroon. I'd love to do a revival. I'd love to find one of them that's been sitting 20 years.
So I have a lot of different ones I want,
Mm-hmm.
but my goal for this year, and actually it was for last year, was out of all those first cars I bought to kind of reboot the channel,
Yeah.
I found a 78 Pontiac Trans Am for $3,000.
Did you buy it?
I didn't because it was A, at a dealership,
Oh.
and B, it wasn't running, and they'd already started taking it apart. And I said, "Are you guys going to make it run? Because I'd pay a little extra for that."
Mm-hmm.
No. So
basically, they took it apart, found out, oh crap, this
something
is going to be a big
something
bad.
was wrong. Yeah.
So now we'll just sell it as a project.
So I will say that if I could get my hands on a Pontiac Trans Am this year, 77, 78, 79, somewhere in that range, I would spend a few bucks on that.
Somebody said Jim wants an LTD wagon because the one Dalton, him and I abandoned on the road. No, I've actually wanted one of them for about 20 years.
Oh, that's right. You guys blew the engine in that one.
I didn't blow. He was driving. But yeah, it scattered. We dropped pistons on the interstate and kept driving. It was running on 5 cylinders when it finally quit.
Well, I guess it was the Red Mercury. He just stole the engine out of that. I think we put it in the 60 wagon. But
Yep.
when we took that out and did donuts and stuff, and the whole axle shifted, and we were crab crawling all the way home. Hey, thanks, Kevin. I need that because my kerosene heater's getting low.
All right. Jim, I hope you and Pam had a nice dinner yesterday. Yes, we did. We were going to
that's
go out
right.
for a steak dinner, and then we were driving. Actually, we're heading to the steakhouse, and there's this really, really new, very well spoken about Mexican restaurant that's way close to home, and we said, "Hey, let's go try that." So we ended up getting Mexican instead of a steak. So I'm gonna make buff by steak tonight.
Well, we do have a place nearby.
Good. Yes, we did have a great time, Grant. I appreciate you asking. Good evening, guys. Go Bills. Oh, wow. I suppose. Power Toys is pretty badass.
Bill?
Power Toys. He's one of my subscribers. He's a good
Oh.
guy. Good dude.
Is that a sports reference?
Power Toys? Oh,
No,
good.
the
Yeah, the
Bills.
Bills. Yeah, probably Buffalo Bills. Yeah.
I don't know foosball, so I just don't.
Soccer.
I know that there's this thing called Kansas City Chiefs that's not in Kansas, and people are all the time saying, "Are you a Chiefs fan?" And I'm like, I don't like any sports.
Really?
Not really.
Fomoco Powers Garage, you need the third seat out of that one. The LTD wagon does have a third seat in it.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's
Wait, is that one the sideways one?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just laying in there, too.
That's cool.
It needs to be installed. It's out of a different car.
Cantankerous Garage. I like
Yes.
that name.
You should revive a 71 Dart. You got one laying around that needs revived?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm down.
I'm trying to think of what that
71.
year was that Chris Birdsong had out in the desert. He wouldn't sell it, but Dalton was trying to buy it.
Dalton wasn't successful.
Oh, it wasn't a Dart. It was a Duster.
He didn't beat him hard enough.
No, I mean, it took a lot to get the Volare out of his hands, and that's kind of a turd of a car.
Maximus Garage wants to know, are we going on Power Tour with Dalton this year? I don't think Dalton's doing Power Tour.
I don't think he's convinced he's doing Power Tour, but I think he's looking at it.
Well, I think
But he
I'll
looked
tell
at
you
it
this.
last year, too.
I'll tell you this. If Dalton does Power Tour, I can tell you this. If he does it, the only reason he's going to do it is to meet you fans.
That's it.
He absolutely does not like the beer drinking, hanging out, and getting hammered. He doesn't like the traffic. He doesn't like being on a schedule.
Nope.
But he would. Everything about Power Tour is stuff that Dalton really doesn't enjoy.
He doesn't like the car show thing.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to sit around with his lawn chair behind his car and watch everybody go by.
And then the whole being on a schedule,
Yeah.
the traffic jams, the heat. He doesn't like any of that. But what he does like is meeting you fans.
That's true.
So if you see him on Power Tour, he's there for you guys. I'll tell you that for sure. Now, duct tape drags.
That's just a
yeah,
given.
that's a given. We're all going to that.
Yeah. I think if he could create his own event, which he probably can with as many subscribers as he has, but if he could do his own event where he just gets to hang out with you guys the entire time and he's not stuck on some third-party corporate schedule,
Yep.
I think he'd love that.
Yep.
But that's a lot of work.
And the legalities. There's a lot of legal.
Well,
in
if
organizing
he could
an
do
event,
it loosely where he doesn't have to be
I suppose.
affiliated.
If Jim gets a steak with Buff, I feel like Pam is owed one. Oh, don't worry about that. Pam will get her meat. Don't worry about that. Enjoy both your channels. Hey, Buff, Cameron wants to trade you an 82 C10 for the Volare.
82?
Yeah, it's a square body. Just
I
a square
know,
body.
but I already have a square body I don't want.
You already have a square body?
I don't like square
I don't have a
bodies.
square body. Send me a picture. I'll take a look at it.
Send it to buffsgarage@gmail.com. Here's what I'll say. I'm really, really wanting. Well, first of all, Dalton has dibs on it, so he has to undib it before I can sell it. Secondly, I don't really like square bodies. I know, it's unpopular. I like the generation before that.
Oh, the actual seat.
No. Sorry, the one before that, like 64, 65.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
old
two
shit.
generations before.
Yep.
Those
Yes,
are my
Pam,
favorite.
you get to go to duct tape drags if you can get the time off work. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
She was on a vacation last year. That's why she couldn't go.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah.
You absolutely get to go. Let's see. Just so happens we're all headed the same way. That's right. Pam didn't like the meat comment.
Oh.
Actually, she did like it. She's blushing now. I guarantee
70 XL convert. Just sold a 70 XL convert. Oh, that's cool.
it. Yeah. Pacific Northwest. Pete's in the Pacific Northwest. You and Kevin need to get together and do a Grand Prix race. There you go.
Well, I already hit. So if you go back, way back to my podcast, it was called Pontiac Power Hour.
Yeah.
And I had Kevin on there. It was actually one of the most viewed episodes. We talked pretty much about the Grand Prix. And he said he didn't ever want to do that again.
What was it? I don't know anything about it.
So he bought a bunch of Pontiac Grand Prix
Uh-huh.
and did a Grand Prix, which was just his buddies and him racing these god-awful front-wheel drive cars,
In a dirt field.
basically.
We've done that before.
Yeah, it was like an Enduro, but it was his.
It's just like a private one.
Yeah, and I think they kind of crashed him into each other and stuff.
And he didn't want to do another one?
He said he didn't want to do it. They were all still sitting on in his field.
Wow. I'd be down.
Because I asked him for parts, and he goes, "You don't want any parts out of any of these cars." I'm like, okay, perfect.
Good evening, gentlemen. Great to see some more successful things coming from you. Found you guys via Junkyard Digs and Pole Barn Garage. Yes,
Nice.
Thank you very much. What's up, Buff? Myron says. I'm reading some of the
Yeah.
comments for you.
Casey the lad, he's got a car that every time he does burnouts with it, he sets the tires on fire.
Well, there you go.
The car's named Tire Fire. Go check him out.
Luis has to go eat something. Go eat something. What are you having? Steak, Mexican, salad, Italian? What?
They want to know if you're taking the Mercurino to duct tape. Well, you don't even have it anymore.
I don't have anywhere. The Merchero, I sold it. I drove it down there. The thing drove 2,000 miles without a hitch, and then I sold it on the way down. I posted it was for sale, and a guy, he PayPal'd me the money, and he picked it up the Sunday at the end of Duct Tape Drags, and I flew home. So yeah, that was the way to do that.
See, now Phil has a suggestion about putting a team together for 24 Hours of Lemons. Isn't that up in the Pacific Northwest or
Well,
something?
no, it's all over. But the problem with the 24 Hours of Lemons is it's gotten, like, you got to have the right car and the right this. It's gotten pretty competitive. It used to be a fun beat around thing, a bunch
Yeah.
of beaters and stuff, but I don't know. It's gotten pretty competitive and expensive. I'm not down for it. I liked the idea when it first came out, but no, I don't think I would do it.
John Bobbitt, he said he loved the Grand Prix.
Well, there you go. Sean's got to get off here to shovel my damn driveway, he says. Well, you have fun with that. Okay. Adam just finished the 72C10 video. Loved it. Used to have a 68.
My 72. Yeah. So
Okay.
people have been asking, where's the next video? Because in that video, I said part 2 was coming. It's not. Times were tough. Truck was way too nice for the kind of garbage I do.
Uh-huh.
And so it got kicked down the road pretty quick.
Night, Luis.
Somebody sent you a New Yorker.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. I haven't had a chance to follow up on it because I was getting ready for this trip. I had to get packed and everything, and I had to get stuff. Yeah, I had stuff I had to get buttoned up so I could be gone for 4 days.
I wish Dalton could figure out the deal. I think it's called Flying H Drag Strip near him.
Mm-hmm.
He's been trying since they opened, even before they opened, to work out a deal where it would be like well, he wants to have a get together of all his subs and whoever wants to show up, and
Okay.
we'd all bring beaters, like kind of like a duct tape, and we'd all go to Flying H. So it'd
Yeah.
get them business as well as he could meet fans there.
And they're not down for it or what?
They haven't been responsive to him. I don't
Wow.
know. But the whole thing was, it's really close, and he doesn't really like to leave the home.
Tim wants to know what's up, Brother Buff.
Oh, it's cold.
Hanlon's garage is in the house. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that somebody, when people were asking me if Dalton and I were neighbors, Pam, we did a holiday special over Christmas.
Yep.
We did a Q&A. We've gotten a lot of questions on my channel for Pam and I and stuff. So if you didn't watch it, you can go back on my channel. We have a holiday Q&A, about a 40-minute video. We also featured some viewers' rides, but we answered a lot of questions. And we got on this topic about, because people always say are Dalton and I neighbors. No, we're not. We're 5 hours apart. But then we got on this thing. It's like, God, could you imagine if we were neighbors? Oh my God, I don't think. Oh, we would have the local officials absolutely going.
So,
oh yeah,
when I left Kansas to move down here, I looked in his area.
Yeah.
But as you know, everything around him is those little McMansions.
Yes.
And so I couldn't afford to live in that area.
No, I'm just saying, could you imagine the civil unrest?
That was my point. That was,
If
wanted
Dalton and I
to
lived that
create-
close together.
I wanted to create that chaos.
Oh, it would be chaos.
So if you weren't already nailed down where you're at, like I had the opportunity to uproot and be near him, and part of it was I knew I'd never be home because I'd always be over there, and the other part was I couldn't afford the land there. It's really, really expensive.
Yes.
At least
yes.
down here, it's still cheap.
Yes, Daryl, I did see that Lincoln. It's in Pennsylvania where it's a little chilly right now. I believe I reached out to them, but I haven't heard back. So I'll keep you posted on that one.
Oh, bad tree.
They wanted a bit more than I think I wanted to spend, but I was going to see if they're going to be flexible. Let's see. Somebody wants to know, Buff, if you're going to do another roadkill knockoff. So I'll let you answer that one because I already
would
know the
say
answer.
yes, I would. Will we? Probably not. And it's no one's fault. But if you look at YouTube, the way that we are successful is based upon the views. Subscribers are nice, but the views are what matters. And for all the support we had for those trips, it's one of his least viewed videos, both of them.
Really?
Yeah. And that tells you something, at least as a creator. Well, if nobody's really watching this, not to say anything about the subs, but we're always trying to bring in new subs. And the only way to do that is to put out the content that's going to bring them in. And
well, if the views are down, even his current subs weren't watching it then.
correct.
Yeah, so I mean,
It was only like, at the time we were talking about it, it was only like 160,000 views, which is a lot for you and I. But for him, that's
like-
not even his sub count.
that's not even half.
Right.
So well, and
So probably not, but if he calls me and says, let's do it, I'm down.
well, I think the thing is maybe it was they wanted more car stuff in it. Maybe I don't know.
Right.
They did. There was car
we
stuff
had
in- I don't know.
two cars that really didn't need a lot of effort. That was unfortunate. I mean, very fortunate for us, but unfortunate for the viewer.
Jay says we'd all need a jail fund if we were all living too close together too much.
Yes. Yes, we would.
Dalton, Jim, and Buff living near each other. Just imagine the noise complaints. Oh my God.
I've talked to Jay about this too, but I can't get him out of whatever that place is called, Illinois. Yeah, can't. He's kind of stuck there.
Pamela said if all of us lived close together, we need a lawyer on retainer and a heck of a lot of
You
bail
already
money.
have one. You already have one.
Yeah, for the business,
Yeah.
not for this stuff. I think the
criminal-
cars were looking reliable for that, but yeah, I think the cars were too reliable for the video.
I agree, and that's we don't get into this expecting that the car is going to fail, but you kind of know if it's going to at least get you there.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, both cars were just way too good for the video. For us, it was great. We did not have to worry really at all.
And that's okay. Some guys, okay, so Pete says some are regular viewers and they'll watch everything. that we
Right.
post. And
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
and I
absolutely.
appreciate those people.
I do too.
Because I got a whole 8,000 subs.
And
So-
if you've got them watching I'm going to just say for myself, the more mundane stuff that kind of,
Yeah.
you get the new ones that come in and say, hey, you talk too much. Hey, you don't know what you're doing. Hey, this, and hey, I appreciate that one comment, because even if you hated every minute of it, you watched it.
Yeah.
But then my regular subs, and especially the members, if I didn't have them, I wouldn't have a channel.
Well, and I got a comment recently. Somebody on the Lincoln video, somebody said, "Well, you need to do more showing what you do, not just boom, the brakes are done."
That's every time.
But right in the video, I said, "Hey, if you want to see a real in-depth tutorial of these drum brakes, I just did it in the Mercury video 2 videos ago on this exact drum setup." So I didn't document the actual work, Buff, because I just did it.
Right.
But then somebody got upset because they didn't get to see it. It's like,
And yet
You can't
another
please everybody.
YouTuber will completely skip everything and say, hey, I did this all off camera, and people are just good with it.
I don't know. I guess it depends.
It
on the
comes
mood.
down, like, you get those comments where the guy that said the other day, and I don't really let it bother me, but it's stuck in my head. He goes, well, you really don't know what you're doing. You're just making videos. And I went, yes, that is true.
Correct. Correct.
I don't have all the experience that Jim has turning wrenches, because I was taking care of humans, not cars.
Yeah, he was fixing broken people. I've been fixing broken cars.
And now I'm working on cars. It's very similar, but there's little nuances like VW versus Mopar versus pretty much every other, like GM is what I grew up on. Oh man, Mitchell.
Brandon's a radiator repairman in the middle of Missouri. Brandon, email me your contact information, theinevitablejim@gmail.com, please. Want to talk to you. Grant's trying to catch up on the Buff videos.
Okay.
Well, get
appreciate you,
after
Grant.
it.
Well, I mean, there's quite a few. I would like to do what I did with the travel and just kind of make compilations so that, you guys could just watch one video instead of trying to watch all the little pieces. But really, I just kind of rebooted this year with a specific format that I'm trying to follow. And those are the ones that I only expect people to watch. If you want to go back and watch all of it, please do.
Who was it? No Name asked, Jim, what's the name of your channel? The Inevitable Jim. Right there. Oh, that's as close as I can get.
Yep.
The Inevitable Jim. Just search for it, and I'm on there. Please, come on,
you,
enjoy
Mitchell.
the videos.
He said if the video was like the 460 wagon that blew up and the square body, then it would have gotten views. You're right. And we honestly expected that of the Rebel. That's why we didn't go into too much effort to fix it up. Not only
You didn't
because
think it was
we
going to
were-
make it.
we weren't saying it wasn't going to make it, because it obviously did, but we didn't go through the effort to make sure every little thing was right.
Brad Miller, Jim, did you escape the cold? No. Buff imported it yesterday, especially just for me, so I'd feel at home.
Yep.
No, it's just as cold here as it is back home right now.
And I thought I would go south to get warmer, and it's not any warmer down there either.
And somebody said, Pete says, just make what you want. Regular viewers will be there. And you know what, Pete? I've said on my lives, I'm just being me, and because I haven't had a lot of negative comments really,
Nope.
and I even know when I get them, I just let it. I ain't got time to worry about it. But somebody said, stop trying to be a cheesy game show host and just be yourself. Guys, if you watch any of my videos, that's me being me. I'm 56 years old. I ain't trying to impress anybody. I'm being me, and if you like it, great. If you don't, fine. I get it. I'm not everybody's flavor. We're all different human beings. Not all of us do it the same way.
And if somebody comes to my channel for the how-to, you're gonna be disappointed, because I don't always know. I figure it out. That's the fun for me, is figuring it out, and of course the success or the failure. And the reason why I put both on the channel is because if you just see me succeed every week, it's not real, because I
Yeah.
don't. I fail. That's why this car is still sitting here.
But see, you inspire all kinds of people that think, well, I can't do it at all, and they see you trying and struggling. I mean, it's the truth. It
struggle is real.
inspires them to actually go try it too. So
And I hope it does.
it's still a good service.
I agree.
Iris, Jim and I have actual knowing how things are done the right way and enjoying doing it the wrong way right better syndrome. Yeah. Basically what Jay says is we know how to do it right, but we also enjoy doing it not so right. That is fun. Oh gosh, that's another somebody was asking about upcoming videos. I do have a backyard butchery video coming up.
Oh, good.
I've got I think it's a '97 Jeep Grand Cherokee that is an absolute pile. It runs and drives, and that's really about it. But I think there's currently a 2x4 holding the driver's seat from falling through the bottom of it.
Oh, so it's like the Falcon.
Yeah,
That's what I have.
yeah. That'll be coming up.
And I will say that I have called you before on vehicles, and I definitely called Jay quite a bit. Um, it's helpful to have those kind of people in your back pocket to go, I am stumped. Do you have any ideas? Because you can internet Google it all day, and you'll get 10 different answers. But I mean, I even called Dalton on this one. He goes, does that have the Bosch mechanical fuel injection? I said, yes. He goes, same as the Jag. This is what you got to do.
Yep.
And he knew. He didn't do it on his.
But
because
he'd been
punted it, but he
dealing
knew.
with it. So
Yeah.
yeah. Brad Miller is freezing down by Ottumwa, Iowa. Sorry, man. It's cold here too.
Daryl
boy.
wants to know. Oh, his wife wants to know if I've ever done an AMC Eagle. No. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, I've ridden in Dalton's, but I haven't worked on one.
Yeah. I worked on them years ago when they were new at the dealership. That's
Yeah, there you
scary.
go.
John says, I've always said there are two guaranteed things about his content. I'm totally winging it, and I'm always doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it, John. You know, it's about having a good time.
Yep.
Uh,
I always have a good time with John.
Power Toys is excited about the Jeep content coming up. Dude, don't get too excited. It is a pile of crap. Richie and you're going to see some backyard butchery on that thing. You know, it does run and drive. It's kind of loud, but I did some extensive diagnosis on why it's really loud. I looked in the back seat where most of the exhaust system is residing, so I'm thinking that's probably it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all in the back. It's right.
is that not where it's supposed to be?
No, the exhaust system's riding shotgun.
I don't
in the
know
back seat.
Jeeps, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe
know.
that's the way it is.
It's got like over 300,000 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's-
Is it
yeah,
got the inline 4? Or the inline...
Inline's 4-liter inline
yeah,
6.
that's what I meant.
It is a pile of crap.
Uh,
Let's see.
they're glad I'm still here after the IH video. I mean, I kind of looked at that video as a challenge because not only did I not know international, but it's kind of a cool truck, but it really was a piece of crap. The best part about it was the 392 and the thermoquad. I love that.
You know what you call that, don't you? It's called polishing a turd.
And it was very polished when it left. It was
You
shiny,
gotta polish a turd.
beautiful,
Yeah.
and the minute it drove off, it's no longer my problem.
Let's see. -3 in Northeast Iowa.
Ugh.
Beer seem warmer. Yeah. Let's see. Jim, how come you get the junkiest cars, but they're still better than Dalton's? Mine aren't that junky. The only junky one's that Jeep coming up right now.
Well, I think what they're getting at is you're getting the I guess garage find, barn find style.
You wanna know how I get 'em?
I can tell you why Dalton gets the junky ones.
Yeah.
He's got a buddy who buys scrap cars,
Uh-huh.
and he goes and he picks them up and he buys the car from whoever, and then he calls Dalton and says, "Hey, I got these pieces of crap," and Dalton says, "Yep, bring them by." And so he's buying the crap that no one else wants
And he's getting on Facebook Marketplace and buying the crap.
constantly.
Mine, all that you've seen on my channel so far, the most recent ones, the Lincoln, the Grand Safari, and the Cougar, and even the LTD wagon, were all off Facebook Marketplace, just like anybody can find.
If you go to have dinner with Dalton ever in your life, he'll be on Marketplace while you're trying to sit there and talk to him.
Yeah, I think it still has a frame. Harlan's garage. I haven't really looked underneath it. Fomoko says the 4-liter is arguably the best engine ever made. I'm going to trump you on that. I still think the Ford 306 is a little bit better.
Mariah Roberts wants to work on an Avalanche. Well, I don't want to work on the one I have. It's still sitting out there on the side of the shop. I haven't touched it in almost a year. And honestly, if somebody would just buy it the way it is, I would not be upset at all. I don't. It's too new. I just don't want to deal with it. It's just
What year is it?
04.
What's wrong with it?
Right now,
Yeah.
the 3 and 4 was slipping on the transmission.
Oh, it needs a transmission.
Probably.
No.
Or it just needs the fluid change, but I'm thinking
No,
once
it
it
needs a
starts
transmission.
slipping, it's
Yeah, once it starts
Yeah.
slipping, there's something
so
wrong.
I just parked it because it still does drive just fine.
How's the body?
I mean, until I moved here, it had zero rust. And now it's starting to get the little bit of bubbles around the rocker.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's fine. And the interior was really good until I let it sit, and now it's getting all dirty and full of cobwebs.
There's Marcus is in the house.
It'd be a good little flipper truck, but I just don't want to deal with it.
Marcus is in the house.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Marcus Feather, the guys, he's good stuff. Marcus is good stuff.
Whoa, Marcus installed this hydraulic clutch
Yes.
today.
You should see he's putting together, guys. He's putting together a pretty kick-ass. I just drew a blank. But anyway, Chevelle.
Oh,
He's putting together a pretty kick-ass 60 Chevelle, man.
what year?
I think it's 66, isn't it, Marcus?
Ooh,
And it's he had it gutted. He's getting it all together, and he sent me pictures today. That's gonna be badass. Marcus sent you $49.99.
I know,
Where's my
I
money?
know.
Gosh, where's my money, Marcus? Gosh, you won my lives. I didn't get that. Man, I'm gonna have to
Marcus is
talk
a
to
dude.
him.
Well, I
Mar-
guess I gotta pay for dinner now.
Yeah, you do. Now you gotta pay for dinner. Marcus is a great guy. Marcus does my merch. He was gracious enough to take me on, even though I'm a little tiny, know nothing YouTuber. Dalton, I met him through Dalton, and he was gracious enough to take me on. He does all Dalton stuff, high quality stuff. I got to go down and visit his place this past week,
That's cool.
and they got a pretty cool setup.
So
Family
I
run
am
operation. They do all kinds of stamping and custom T-shirts
this
and one-off
close
stuff.
to trying to talk him into helping me because after the roadkill video,
Mhm.
my merch has gone through the roof.
Yep.
And I could handle it myself in house.
Oh, it's a
but
pain in the ass.
now it's to the point that I literally have to put an entire 2 days aside.
See, I don't have the time hardly for my channel,
I don't
let
really
alone
have
the
the
merch.
time either.
Marcus, get a hold of Buff.
He's got my number.
Yeah, there you go. Jim almost bought an Avalanche till he almost bought an Avalanche till he heard the transmission problems. Yeah, they're expensive to fix.
Well, just come up with a number then, because the truck's not that bad.
yeah,
It's just over 200,000 miles, but front what do you call them? Front bearings have been
Yep.
replaced. I mean, all the typical shit you have to do
Yep.
already been done, except for the transmission. I did change the fluid when I first got it, but it is what it is. It's the 4L60 version or whatever that is now.
thanks for the contact information, Brandon. Marcus, the only reason why I flew home is somebody was willing to buy the Merchero and paid for my whole trip
If
and my
someone would have
plane
bought
ticket.
the 18 van at the event, I would have left it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hunter's here.
So I want to kind of address merch a little bit. People think that we just sell a little bit of merch and we get all this money and all this profit. Guys, let me clue you in on something. We have to, like, all the shirts and hats and stuff that are in inventory that I have now, I had to buy all that up front. So it'll be quite a while before I even get my investment back. So this YouTube thing is, everybody thinks, oh, you're just getting rich. No, I'm investing in it because it's a passion of mine. The car thing has always been a passion of mine. Then I started sharing it on YouTube. Then people started getting excited about it. I started getting some subscribers. So I wanted to offer this stuff.
Yep.
And I went in and invested in it. And it's because I enjoy the car culture and the car community and the car people. I mean,
So-
you're never going to find nicer people than car guys.
Agreed. And I started out with my merch early, but as a small channel, I only had a few thousand subs. I'm putting together merch, and that's a $2,500 to $3,000 upfront cost
Yeah.
to get merch. And when my channel was so small, that took me almost a year to sell that pile. I did buy in between and bought more stuff that people were buying, but the actual first run took almost a year to get rid of. Now I'm doing a little better.
But see, then when then you got to replenish it. Profit on
So
merch takes a
almost-
while to get there.
Yeah, so if I had just said, all right, I'm buying this much merch and no more, and then I sold that, yes, I would make a few dollars, but I don't. Every time someone buys merch, I just go buy more merch.
Real quick, I agree with you from Mocha Powers Garage. As far as a durable modern Ford V8, you cannot go wrong with the 4.6, the 4.6 engine,
Oh.
the two valve, like they use in the Crown Vics and stuff. Can't kill them as long as you keep oil in them and service them. You can't kill them. You can't. The only ones I've ever seen go bad were the ones that were neglected. Okay, I have a question. My stepson has an 88 Chevy S10 with a V6. Sorry to hear that. It's the 2.8, or is that a 4.3?
Well, they have
88.
both.
They had them both right in that era. Does it look like a small block Chevy missing 2 cylinders? It's a 4.3. If it looks like a little itty bitty hobby V6, it's a 2.8.
I've had both.
Yep.
4.3 was more torquey.
Yep. I missed something. Gunther said something. Mark's Fred, you have fantastic merch. I just purchased a lot of stuff from you between Pole Barn Garage and Jim. Yes. Thank you, by the way, Gunther. I'm telling you, Marcus, they sell quality. I mean, it's a family-run deal, and they make quality pieces. This is like this hat. This isn't printed. This is embroidered. He embroidered the whole thing. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, whenever I started hanging out with Dalton, I had merch and he didn't. And of course, he had a lot more subs. And I kept telling him, man, you got to get on the bandwagon. And it was the same thing. It's that initial investment that kind of hits you in the butt. But then once Marcus took over his merch, it went from there. And you guys know how well that works. He literally puts it in the mail the next day.
Hey, Joseph Knowlton's in the house. How you doing, bud? Some of the Cherokees had that GM V6 too. Oh yes, they did. Oh, we since chills down my throat. Yeah. What's your opinion on a 1980 Malibu Classic? Badass car.
Yeah.
What engine's it got? The thing is, doesn't matter what engine it's got. You can put anything you want in it.
Yeah, 305, 350,
yeah,
whatever.
It's got a decent body. I think they're cool cars. Fellowship. My eyes, Jim. Your hair was blinding me. I don't have any hair when I take the hat off. That's the problem. So between the chrome dome and the white hair.
Sure, it's wearing his gym shirt right now.
Where's it at? Okay, hang it. Missed it. Got my name on a gym shirt. That's right. That's right, big dog. Now, Truett, it's got a little, what do I call it? Over the left side, it's got the
little pocket?
No, the logo on the one side of the front, but it's got a big 12-inch logo on the back. I love it. Marcus came up with all the making the shirt right. The logo on my channel was created by a very good friend of mine, AJ Scordio, who owns Marketing Real Productions out in Long Island, New York. He does all the social media and audio, video, and all that stuff for my shop, my automotive business. And so I have him on retainer there.
Nice.
So he helped me out with the logo. And then if you ever watch any of my videos, that intro video, animation and such with the sound and everything, I gave him the idea and he came up with that. And then from that is what we took the logo from.
Thanks for stopping in, Blake.
See you, Blake. Chris Bowman, Power Tour this year. It's on the very probably unlikely for me. I don't like traffic jams. I don't like sitting around drinking beer. I like meeting people.
If it weren't for Jay pushing, I probably wouldn't have even bought my tickets because I bought tickets last year to go and then couldn't go.
Okay.
But now that I don't have that full-time obligation hanging over my head, I could go, but I would want Becca to go. And she's already scheduled to go on this trip down to Florida. She's already scheduled to go to Duct Tape. So if she can't go, I mean, it's not that I don't want to go, because I do, but I'm with you. It's the traffic, it's the heat, it's everything. So yes, I have my tickets. I'll just leave it at that.
Daryl, email me a picture of the engine bay. I'll tell you what it is. His boy's trying to bug him to work on it.
Oh.
My father owns basically a rust-free Malibu Classic with a 350. I want to add more power because it's always lacking something. What should I do to get more power and more pep? Well, all an engine is, guys, is an air pump. Sucks air in, pumps air out. The more efficiently you can do that, the more power it makes. So I'd say heads, cam, intake, exhaust.
Has he done the lid flip?
The lid flip.
That'll get you at least some noticeable, noise increase at least.
Start with intake and exhaust, and then from there, heads and cam.
If you think about it, if that car has got to squeeze that air through a 2-inch tube, it's not going to do very well. But if you put a big open 3-inch,
Yep.
which is
But
way too big,
it's got to get it in though too.
right?
The
So
heads,
you got to have a big
well,
intake.
1980, there's gonna be small heads and
yep.
stuff. Yeah. So do the best you can with it.
Did you see my Chinese intake?
Oh my gosh, this is gonna be good.
I've gotten so much crap, but people are saying these are horrible. They're power robbers, and I went, tell me what it looks like.
Power plant guy, when are we getting the next Buff Garage video?
When?
Yeah, he wants to know when
Hopefully
the
the
next
end
video.
of the week on that Volare.
That's your Chinese intake
What does it look like?
for the Volare.
Yeah.
Looks like an Edelbroken.
It is, does it? It looks exactly like the Edelbrock
Oh, but take
Performer.
it out of the bag. Come on. That's yeah. They copied an Edelbroken.
And I also have a Chinese Edelbrock carburetor. That Phil, actually, he commented, he gave it to me. So my thing is, I've got Chinese Edelbrock intake, Chinese Edelbrock carb, and everybody says, no, get Edelbrock, that's garbage. And I went, it's
Well-
the same mold,
Well,
because they took an intake and dunked it in the sand.
Well, this and I see this has got the bolt holes for both the old style and the straight down Vortec. And
Here's
Wow.
the one problem I know
here, you can have that.
I know I've seen with these. We actually did an install for a buddy of mine, and he bought the cheap Chinese version.
Yep.
And we went through, shut out the lights, and shined lights through, and the castings were cracked everywhere. So we had to go in and TIG weld the casting
On the Chinese one.
to Chinese one.
Well, that's what this is.
Correct. But
So
I'm
you
just
check-
saying.
You
I'm
checked it for cracks.
Not yet. It was still in the package.
Well,
I have
okay.
not played the game yet.
Oh, we gotta play that game.
So I will check it for cracks, and if it has any, then I'll just JB weld them.
These guys are wrong. The answer is nitrous. Always nitrous. If you.
Well, if you want to fund that, then
Yes.
Go to buffsgarage.com, get you some merch to buy me some nitrous.
Well, he was talking about that guy that wanted to get more power out of his smog era Malibu.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. You can blow the cobwebs out of that, for sure.
It'll blow something out of it. Oh, I guess he does. Big Wood T-shirt coming black.
Oh, that was Blake, the nitrous comment.
Yeah.
Blake, I always need Mopar help. I know nothing about them, so why don't you just leave the comforts of the northern country, come down here, and you can help me work on this.
Does the Big Wood T-shirt come in black? Is that a shirt of yours, Big Wood?
It just comes in red.
Just comes in red.
Yep. Sorry.
But
I like to have other colors.
if you get set up with Marcus, he can do you different colors.
Oh, I could do different colors.
Yeah.
It's a branding thing.
Oh, what happened?
I said it had to only be in red. I'm like Ford. It
Oh.
can only come in one color.
Did you know that
Like the Buffs Garage,
Yeah,
it
but-
only comes in this gray. You
Well-
can't get it in other colors.
Well, the old thing.
I've tested them on other shirts and they don't look good on other colors.
That's true.
That's why I did that.
So, the old wives' tale about Henry Ford Model Ts, you can get any color you want as long as
Right.
it's black. Did you know the first two model years were available in multiple colors?
I'm sure they are.
No, the very first Model
Really?
Ts. But then he figured out it cost too much to offer different colors. That's why he said now it's only going to be black.
So
But at first there was more colors than black.
when I worked on the pipeline, all of their trucks were this god awful yellow, and because it was the cheapest color that they could get. And then later it was the red because all those GMT 400s, that was like their base color was red. So all of the pipeline trucks were red. Now they're all white because that's the cheapest color.
That's
so
true.
it does come to it is that. That's not why I chose it. I actually went through and tested my logo on a few different colors, and the Big Wood could come in whatever color we wanted. I just happened to buy all red, so that's where we're at right now. I'll look into it. Maybe Marcus can help me out.
Ken S. Good evening, fellas. How you doing, Ken? Let's see.
This is cold. I don't want it on me.
Fomoko, I love the Volare, by the way. Buddy had a Roadrunner Volare in high school with a 360 swapped in and a 4-speed. I tell you what, those Roadrunner Volares were pretty Yeah.
Yeah, somebody
They're pretty
said
cool.
they wanted me to put a 4-speed in it. Well, I can't do that in a week. I can't even obtain the parts because everybody loves their Mopars and won't sell anything. It took a lot to buy those. But I would like a 360 in it. I just don't have access to one.
Yeah. Well, get a newer Dodge truck with a Magnum 360 and just
If I buy the whole truck, I bet I could get one.
yeah, you could probably buy an old ragged out or wrecked Dodge truck for $1,500 and get a decent
Maybe
engine.
in another episode.
There you go.
I already fixed up the 318. Well, other than the part that you just saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting hungry. How about you?
Yeah, I'm starving.
We should probably go get some dinner.
Yep.
Well, I want to thank Buff for having me on with you guys. It's been fun just chatting and shooting the breeze.
Yep.
Make sure you go to buffsgarage.com, pick up his merch.
Somebody just ordered you a shirt. Or just ordered
or-
a shirt from you.
There we go. Just ordered my shirt.
Cool.
Which shirt? Buff's or mine?
Probably yours. He has one of mine.
Well, I ordered one of Jay's. I got
did
it
I.
home. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a pretty cool shirt.
Anyway,
Magnum 5.9 is a great choice.
that's
local
the
service.
idea. Magnum 5.9. It's just not going to be right away. I wanted to put a video out now, and then if I still have the car later, we'll play 5.9. If not, we'll see who has it down the road.
Thanks, Jay. Marcus will get it out to you. Appreciate that. So yeah, I want to thank you very much for having me.
Yep.
The Inevitable Gym on YouTube. If you haven't seen my channel, please go check it out. What I notice is I get like some of my videos have had like 35,000 views, but I still only have 8,000 subs. If you watch one of my videos and you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost
You
you
can
nothing.
always unsubscribe later. That's what I've always said is because even my own mother hadn't subscribed to me until I hit 5,000.
Really?
I was at 4,999 and she says, well, I don't want to pay. And I said, Mom, you don't have to pay. It's free. And I watched her. I was on the phone with her and she hit the button and I rolled over to 5,000. So she was my
That's cool.
5,000. And it's free. You can always unsubscribe later if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Feel free to get on there just to send hateful comments if you really think you need to. I'm good with that. Tell me how much of an idiot I am. I already know.
Now membership. Now if you're a member of a channel, then that's when costs gets into it.
Right. And you have your
I have memberships,
and
yeah.
I have memberships.
Inevitable Insights, $2.99 a month if you want to support the channel. How
And I
much
think
is yours?
mine's $1.99.
$1.99.
They didn't offer the $99 when I started my membership.
Yeah, I couldn't find it either because I was going to do like Dalton did.
And
but-
I didn't want to go back and change it because I
Yeah.
have members that are already in that lowest tier.
Exactly.
It gets you free or early access to videos.
Yep.
And as you move up the tier, there's some discounts and stuff for merch. And I'm trying to do more members only content. I do occasionally put out members only video. It's not that they're missing anything because it's more like a vlog, but yeah, if you want to be a member, sign up. It would be great. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I do members only lives. Actually, I do more lives for members only than I do public.
I will at some point, but I really like the interaction with all the people that aren't just members only because I think it draws in new crowds.
Yes, it does. And I do. Well, I had to get moderators because of the trolls. But I've got
Yeah.
moderators now. Power Toys is one of my moderators. And Pamela and Dennis, Children of God, they're one of my moderators.
Mm-hmm.
They do a great job. I know Jay's one of your moderators here, and he does a great
Yep.
job. If you want to be a moderator on my channel too, Jay, let me know. I'd love to add you. That would be great.
If somebody asked if it's warmer, no, it's not warmer. It's cold.
Jay has no family subs. Why? You don't want him to see it or what? Well,
Anyway,
the questions are coming, but I tell you what, it's time to go get some food.
yep. So make sure if you're not subscribed, head over to the Inevitable Gym on YouTube. You're not on Instagram, but you are
No.
on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook, just the Inevitable Gym on Facebook. I do some posts and such there.
Yep.
And I do a lot of communication through the community chat board on YouTube. I let people know what's coming up and such. So this week, since I'm traveling, I'm not working on the Lincoln. I've got a product review video that'll be out this week. And then the final segment on the Lincoln Continental will be the following week.
More good stuff.
Yes.
So we're going to go get some food. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more Volare stuff.
Yeah, stay tuned to Buff's channel, Volare, and keep pounding on him. He'll put some Volkswagen content out there sooner or later.
It'd probably be I'm going to say next month by the time the parts get here.
Yeah, if you want to see some struggle bus and some pain, watch the Volkswagen.
It's going to be a long one. All right, thanks,
Night,
guys.
guys.